Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to show you guys how to transform your under eyes into looking very fresh and not so sunken in or dark, because we all have very different under eye shapes and under eye colors. So I hope that you guys are able to take some of these tips and tricks and integrate it into your everyday makeup or your going out makeup or whatever it may be, because honestly, you know, we're all home. If you just have some extra time between online Zoom meetings, or if you're staying up later than normal like we all are, and you just want to play with makeup, then this is a really fun way to try to figure out some new tricks that might work for you. So if you want to learn how to do that, because I haven't done it yet, but you will see that it helps, then please keep watching. Hey guys, so I'm closer. So I'm sorry if my necklace makes noise. It's loud. It's like I have a loud necklace on today. But that's okay. I'm gonna bring you guys up a little. Like there. Ooh, there we go. Excuse me. I have, if you guys didn't watch my last video, my mirror broke off. So I'm just gonna be holding it like this. So the first step is color correction. And you should do this before foundation and concealer. I'm going to show you, I'm going to do it on one eye, and I'm going to do the eye. So you see how this eye, they both are around the same type of darkness, but you see how I have a scar here. So I'm going to do the harder eye to cover, so you guys can see that it actually does make a difference. And then I'm just going to do regular old foundation on this side, so you guys can kind of see a comparison of using these tricks and not using them. So first, I'm going to talk about color correction. And I'm going to show you a color wheel. So this is your basic color wheel. So let's say you look at your eyes and your bags are a lot more purple, almost reddy. So you would look and find the color that's most similar to the undertone of your under eyes, which if that's the case, it would be this color. And you look right across, and whatever color it is across is the color that you should use to cancel out that color. So colors on opposing sides of the color wheel will cancel each other out, and it'll basically neutralize. So it just basically covers up all of those tones. Because if you have a lot of, let's say like acne scars too, if you have a lot of red acne scars and you want to cover them up, you want to use a green tone primer to help conceal that. So basically for the under eyes, it's the same thing. So mine are, here's the thing, I have like very olive skin, and I have like almost like a reddish color around my eyes, but I think my bags are different colors. See, this one's more green because of the scar, and this one is more purple. So on this eye, and on this eye, because it's more green because of the scar, I will use more of a salmon pink because they're on opposite sides. And I don't really own any actual correctors. I used to have a green, a pink, or whatever, but I found that you can kind of just like make do with what you have. I would suggest if you're looking for a good green one, do go to the store and buy it, but since I am going to be doing this over the green, so I'm going to use the opposite and do more of a salmon, I'm going to use different lipsticks and make it, because I think it's better to be handy, and I think we all have lipsticks. And also, this is very personal, so if you have different colors and you're not really sure what will work for your eyes, just test them out. You know, put them under your eye, put one under one under the other. See what works better for you. So I think it's really cool because you get to experiment. That's the cool part of makeup. You get to just like figure out different ways to do the same thing. So I think for my scarred up eye, this one right here, I'm going to use a bit of a more salmon color. And how I'm going to achieve that is I'm going to take 2 lipsticks, these 2 right here. So this is very orange, so that's going to give that really orangey red undertone that'll cancel out the green. And then this is more neutral tone and it'll kind of bring it down a little, but it's still definitely like on that brownish side. So I'm just going to dab it over the scar. Just like that. And I'm going to take the other color and put it on top. I'm going to get that inner corner as well. My inner corners are definitely more green. Like right here, you can see. Definitely have like a green tone. And I think that's because I have a lot more olive skin. So my darkness tends to come off either very red and like bruised or green and bruised. So that is that. And I'm going to just take a wet sponge and just dab that out a bit. And you can even use your finger. I'm going to go ahead and use my finger just so you can see how simple this is. Because actually lipstick blends out beautifully on the skin because it has a lot of hydrating factors. So there. So now I look like I got punched in the face, but it's fine. And now I'm going to go ahead and go in with my foundation. So I'm going to use the Maybelline Matte and Poreless Foundation in 128. And I suggest if you have a divot. So you see how I have a bit of a divot, and I definitely have one on this side because of the scar. But let's see. You see that? Like, what angle can you see it from? You can see it from here. Okay, so right here I have a divot, and obviously on this side I definitely do. I suggest keeping it very matte under the eyes as much as possible. Even if you definitely want like dewy skin, I suggest at the end of the day keeping the under eyes very matte will help with that, because if there's any reflection, it'll reflect that divot, and that high point, like this high point that's you can see right now is reflecting and definitely making that scar show. It'll show even more. So you want to keep it very matte to avoid emphasizing any type of texture or scar. If you have a scar under your eye, that's pretty cool. Comment down below if you have one too. I'm running out of this foundation, so I had to get stitches there, and that was extreme because that's like right on my eye. It was scary. So I'm just gonna do not too much foundation today, and let that foundation, I keep grabbing this, let that foundation go over the color correcting. Like just let it go and just do it normal. Like ignore that that's even there. Get under both eyes. You can kind of see how there's still some darkness there? And right there, there's not as much darkness. You can definitely still see the scar, but there's not as much darkness. And now, along with what I was saying, when you are looking for a concealer, try to find ones that might have that undertone for you, like a more salmon undertone if you have greenish, or a more green undertone if you have very purpley red dark circles. For me, I'm going to be mixing 2 different concealers, a very, very light one and a very dark one that's like kind of closer to my skin. This is not for any particular reason, just because I don't really have any other good concealers. And I never put concealer, ever. Like I do for videos, but I don't like concealer. But I do think if you're really trying to cover up this area, you should use concealer. I'm just putting a little bit of that darker one, and then I'm going to put in between those little dots a bit of the lighter one. So I don't like using a lot of concealer, like I said. So I think I'm just gonna leave it like that. And now, moving on to powders. Do not use a powder that is too white or blue toned. No matter what your under eye color is, no matter what, don't use a powder that is blue toned, because it will create darkness. And also if it's too white, then you'll just get a white cast. So the one that I use that works best for my under eyes is the Juvia's Place I Am Magic Setting Powder in Sahara. And that is because it is a perfect yellowy tone. And you can almost see it has a bit of a pinky salmon in there, but it's definitely more yellow based, which is perfect for me and my skin tone. So I could use this all over to set my face, but also underneath the eyes to brighten. So if you do have olive skin tone, using a banana colored under eye setting powder will help a lot more. And I'm just going to set this eye as well, because I always do that. So I'm doing what I always do on this side, like in tutorials and whatever. I don't use concealer, like I said. I try not to, because I just, even though I know it can make my eye look so much better, I don't like it. I don't know how else to say it. I know that this eye definitely looks a lot brighter and so much more like better, but I don't like it. I don't know. To each their own. Alright, so this is it. I think it's pretty insane, the difference. So as you can see, adding that powder definitely made that whole divot situation disappear, because none of it is too highlighted. Ooh, my hair. I always end the videos with my hair like all over the place. And then I look in the mirror when I'm done filming, I'm like, wow, that looks bad. Whatever. Just don't mind my hair. It's not having a good day. But as you can see, the divot, obviously the scar is kind of intense, and it's about a year old, the scar, so it's definitely still gonna be there and be visible. But in comparison to before, and obviously the darkness, like look at the darkness there and look at the darkness here, and you could see already from the corrector how much of a difference that made. And also making sure that you use colors that work for you, I think, is the biggest part of it. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys Thursday. Peace out.